Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 6 Japanese battleship, the Fuso. We're playing on the map Neighbors and it is in the Submarine test mode. As you can tell, if you look at the top, you can see both teams have 3 submarines, 2 destroyers, 2 cruisers, 4 battleships and 1 aircraft carrier. And I want to show the submarine test from the perspective of a battleship. I start out the match by firing an HE salvo across the map. It's completely random. Chances are it didn't hit anything. But hey, I might as well, because as you saw at the start of the video, well, if a submarine is on the surface or near it, HE can be very, very devastating. So I think salvos like that make some sense, because you don't lose anything for them, right? As it's not like you have any other targets to fire at anyway, and you aim them based on what your submarines are doing on your side and then mirror it across the map. But anyways, now that there are targets, we will simply shell the enemies. So in terms of ASW, the Battleship Fuso and heavy cruisers have effectively planes that they can call in that have depth charges that they drop them. You can see I have an armament that I can select with the number 4 button that has planes, and I can send them out to about 7 kilometers. Well, I guess the edge gets slightly further than 7 kilometers. And then the planes will fly over there, it'll take like 20 seconds or so, and then drop some depth charges. I have 2 charges that I can use, and I think the cooldown time for each is about 60 seconds. They don't launch from your ship, they seem to be called in effectively like, air support from land-based stuff or something like that. Or I suppose the logic is that they're constantly flying around. Oh, is that the submarine at Actually, I have no idea how deep he is, because the game doesn't tell me, which is quite a shame. I'll still take a shot. Oof. 6,600 damage considering she only has 8,300 total. That's what, 75% gone just because I had HE. But now he apparently has gone deep enough that I cannot target her anymore, or at least the shells shouldn't be able to deal damage, and my depth charge planes can't reach that far. Interesting that it shows the depth on the other one, but it didn't show it on the S1 earlier. But now it does. I guess it might be because of how it was spotted. Yeah, the planes cannot reach that far yet. I think that's fine. Now we'll simply just try to shoot something else, because I can't shoot the submarines. I really wish that they would show the depth of the submarines all the time, so that I wouldn't have to target them. Because I have to constantly switch back and forth to actually have any idea on what the submarines are really doing. Oh, she's actually coming to the surface. Yeah, she's at 3 meters. Come on. I derped that salvo, but that's okay. We'll try again. At least unless she dives too deep. I could shoot that Fuso at 20 kilometers, but it would be much nicer if we could take out the submarine right now. Kinda surprised she stopped diving at 10 meters. I think that's about around where the edge is, or the cutoff point on taking damage from HE salvos from the surface. Goodbye. But that guy is at 50 meters, that's what you should be doing. And I think actually that's a bit of a shame, because there's really no reason for a submarine to come to the surface or even close to the surface. I mean, sure, you get the torpedo prediction lines if you do that, and you're less likely to hit the bottom of the ocean, with your torpedoes that is. However, it's not like I as the Fuso know what the bottom of the ocean looks like, right? So it's very hard for me to use that to try to dodge enemies in any way. Also, it seemed their submarine actually sank ours. Bit of a shame, but that's okay. So far, we're kind of okay-ish here. I mean, we'll just fight the... Well, I don't know how deep he is. I know roughly where he is. I don't know how deep he is. I can't actually even select him for a target for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on here. I'll just take a shot, but I'm guessing she's all too deep to be able to be shot at. Why can I see her though? No idea. I guess I'll take a shot on the other... Oh, the CV is coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna take these torpedoes. There's not much I can do. Oh, my planes can actually reach now with the submarines. So I'll drop both charges. Oh, I guess it only takes 14 seconds, not 20. I guess I have to turn away and run, because that's a Normandy Fuso and potentially this submarine over there too. Oh, we hit some depth charges. 6 of them. 8 of them actually. No, yeah, that's pretty good. She missed her torpedoes. That's completely fine with us. The CV isn't. Oh no, the CV is also going to miss her torpedoes. But the submarine is kind of close and we do not have any kind of depth charges we can throw overboard. So there's really no reason to get closer to that. And I mean, it makes more sense to just keep shooting the battleships as I retreat. So, oh my god, I just realized I was not locked onto that Fuso for whatever reason. Anyway, I'm paying attention to where the submarine is pinging, right? You saw? It's on the right side of my ship. So effectively what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna try to keep the side pointed towards the enemy that doesn't have the ping on it. I mean, pointed towards the submarine, that is. You can see, now he had to switch ping sides, but because he had to switch the ping sides, the torpedoes that were fired earlier, they actually missed, because they couldn't lock on to the ping that was on the wrong side, or that they couldn't see. Effectively, if the submarine launched torpedoes right now, the ping was on my left side of the ship earlier, right? Then the torpedoes are effectively trying to hit that ping right there, that you can see a little bit. It's kind of hard to notice when you're pinged. I really wish there was like a time indicator. You see that one? It's hard to notice, but effectively that's where the torpedoes home in on. So if you have a ping on you, there's likely torpedoes in the water, or at least torpedoes will try to hit that portion. If you then turn your ship the other way around, so that you're showing the other side of your ship, then the torpedoes can't lock onto it and they will simply miss. You can continue doing that, and if they ping your bow or stern, you can do a quick maneuver before the torpedoes hit and usually avoid most of them. But effectively, yeah, that's what I'm doing. I just turn, because my ping is on the right side of my ship, so I turn to the left side of my ship, and the torpedoes can't track properly. Now they tracked where I was going earlier, right? But now, because I then changed my course and made myself effectively invisible for the torpedoes can't track, and so they simply miss. And you can effectively just keep doing it over and over again, and just keep dropping the submarine with the depth charge planes, because they do take damage from them. I mean, we've done 12 depth charge hits on that submarine that's chasing us, and it's not like battleships are meant to be very good against submarines. Although, I guess if a destroyer had actually sailed over him, he would already be dead. I think I missed that one. I guess that's something we'll have to learn as well, to aim those planes better. I do think it's kinda BS that those planes can hit surface targets, but I don't think it's going to be too big of a problem, as long as those planes aren't available when you don't have any submarines in the game. Because they do only have 7-kilometer range and, you know, it's not like they do much damage. Oh, we hit another 4 and we got a flooding. The downside of this, of course, is that... Oh, never mind, I wanted to say it's an S1, but no, it's a Cachalot, so it doesn't even have a heal. If it had been an S1, it could actually keep healing up. Again, we dodge the torpedoes the same way as we did. We make sure the pings aren't on us, or at least not showing to the submarine, and then the torpedoes just keep sailing by us. It is a bit annoying, because I would like to go closer to that Normandy, but it would... I mean, you can do the same thing when going closer. I just didn't want to take the risk yet, because I'm not really familiar enough to know that this works as perfectly as I think it might. I'll try that eventually. Oh, actually the submarine is out of my range. I can't drop depth charges that far with the planes. But the submarine can definitely still aim torps at me. Oh, I'm double pinged on the backside of my ship, so it's possible torpedoes are incoming and they would actually ignore the citadel. But I think considering when the last torpedoes actually passed me by, I think it'll be okay. I'll be able to just turn in already. Oh, getting closer again, so we can drop some depth charge planes. Only done 50k damage though. It's a bit unfortunate, and the only ships left are the Normandy CV and the Submarine. And I can do like, what, 5k damage more to this submarine total? Yeah, this is gonna be a pretty low damage game. Hey, torpedoes, and they pass by my ship again. Now there is a bit of a worry. The submarine could get really, really close to me and then try to torpedo me at that point. And I'm thinking of that right now, which is why I'm gonna start turning away soon enough. But I think you probably don't have to worry. Just swap the HE. The submarine surface is close enough to be able to shotgun torpedo. Just shoot it with HE and it's pretty much gone immediately. More torpedoes that will just miss. Because remember, when you're under the water, you don't get the torpedo prediction lines. So it's a lot more difficult to actually launch torpedoes at the enemy. Even if they aren't super fast moving. The right side of my ship is pinged again, but torpedoes just passed by me, so I know the submarine doesn't have any torps. He's trying to get behind me, but again, I don't think it makes a difference. I'm gonna try to aim these planes slightly better this time. But I'm guessing she's at 50-meter depth. That means the only way I can do anything to her is with the depth charge planes. Because my HE obviously can't deal damage. I can't even lock onto him to know how deep he is. Which is a bit of a shame. Anyway, we did another 3 depth charge hits. I think I might take a torpedo here, because the sub has gotten a bit too close for my liking here. Okay, not from this one though. See, they're on the wrong side of the ship. Oh, now it's on the stern of the ship. They could potentially hit this, but usually it'll be like 1 torpedo at the most. Never mind, even these had missed. I guess we can turn around now, right? Because the submarine has already launched all her torpedoes. Or I guess I could just keep going behind the island and stuff. It wouldn't be much of an issue. But come on, why is this sub not dead yet? We've been fighting this guy for like 6 or 7 or 8, maybe even 8 minutes now. And I have constantly hit him with depth charge. He has taken 26 depth charges. And he's still around, and it's not the submarine with the heel. The heel one is gonna shrug them off even more, I guess. That's 30 depth charges. Oh, more torpedoes. But the game ended before that. This is not me exploding, that's a frame from the last game. There's some kind of a bug on the test server. Well, we did 74k damage. It's an okay result. We did 30 depth charge hits, but for some reason that was not enough to sink this Cachalot. I can't believe it. How much damage? 30... Wait, what? This guy got hit with 9 depth charges? Oh no, never mind, it doesn't say how many depth charges. So we hit 30 depth charges. This guy only took 9,000 damage from them. Maybe the depth charges should do slightly more damage or something. Because that guy literally took 30 depth charges. And he was just fine and just kept shooting torpedoes at me. That's a bit absurd. That took way too long. It would have taken me like another 2 minutes to be able to sink this guy. That's... On the other hand, it's a battleship versus a submarine, so maybe it's kind of expected. Still, that's... If that had been an S1 with the heel, that would have taken ages. Just ages and ages. But as you can see, it's entirely possible for this battleship to just avoid the torpedoes. Like, it's something you can absolutely do. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.